Hey guys, welcome back to Procrastinating Pretty. Today I'm going to talk about the MAC 187. I first got this brush, I want to say like 5 years ago. It was my first MAC brush purchase ever, and I wrote the review literally a day after I got it, so obviously that was such a terrible review because I didn't really even know how to use it, and it was basically an amalgamation of all the reviews I'd read on Makeup Alley. So I've deleted that review since then, and I want to show you 5 ways to use this brush today. Let's get into it. Just a little bit about the brush to start with. It's a duo fiber brush. It's it's medium-sized head, I'd say. I definitely have smaller duo fiber brushes and larger ones as well, so this is pretty average. And what it is, it's got natural bristles on the bottom with some longer synthetic bristles at the top. And so the purpose of a duo fiber brush is really just to be able to buff in any products really well. So what it does is that the synthetic brushes apply the product, and the idea is that you're supposed to use the natural bristles to really buff it in and get that airbrushed, flawless finish. Most people like to use this for foundation. I don't like it for foundation. For whatever reason, I find it super streaky. Maybe because the size is so big, even though I have a really big head, it just doesn't quite do the job for me. The white bristles get in the way, and I can't really blend it out to the with the density that I like. So not really for foundation for me. If it works for you, that's awesome. You have to do a tutorial in it to show me how, and just so I can figure it out, because if I could do all of my makeup with this brush, that would be amazing. The first product that really lends itself well to the 187 is this Chanel bronzer. It's called Soleil Tan de Chanel, and it used to be called Bronze Universal. Not sure about the name change, but it's an amazing sort of tan booster. What I like to do with this is just pick up a bunch of product with my brush, and then I take most of it off on the back of my hand or on my wrist or wherever. Try not to go too overboard with it. It's a really subtle product, but I find because it's so subtle that people have a tendency to be like, oh, I need more, and then you kind of end up looking super orange. But just a little bit on the tops of your cheeks, just like that. Maybe across the bridge of your nose, on your chin, and on your forehead. Sometimes I like to go over my eyelids, but I've already done my eye makeup, so I try not to disturb it too much. And that's just, I think, the most natural tan I can get. And it doesn't look too unnatural for the winter because obviously there's no sun in Canada. One of my favorite powders. It's just so soft and so like glowy, but it's not quite highlighter glowy. It's just like, oh, look how like radiant I am today. I had a hard time finding a brush that would pick up all the colors, so this is actually amazing. So the top bristles flare out a little bit more than the bottom ones, and it just sort of picks up and goes between each like powder sphere really well. The color of this blush, when it's swatched, is exactly the color that is in the pan. I need to use sort of a less densely packed brush to help sweep it on. This is MAC Overjoyed. I love this color, but it's definitely hard to wear if you don't have the right tools. Another product that does really well with the 187 is a highlighter. Now this isn't sort of that traditional highlighter where you want the beam just on the cheeks because it's really too big for that, but if you want an all over glow, like you're literally lit by candlelight, this is amazing for that. So it could be, again, the most pigmented highlighter in the world, and you'd be fine. With the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder, what I do is I grab my 187, just pinch the top like that so that you get this shape. What you want is just sort of a rectangular shape, and if you clamp the bristles like that, it'll kind of fit perfectly into your cheek. And you'll see that I don't really like to take my contour farther than this. I know a lot of people contour all the way down to their mouth. No, all you need is to go right here, and the 187 is actually the perfect size just to stamp down that contour. So after you've mapped out your contour and blended it out, you can tell that it looks contoured, but it's not insane, which I find often to be the issue with contouring, that people don't really know where to go. So if nothing else, this is an excellent guide to have for where you actually apply your contour, even if you don't use it to apply it. Guys, thanks so much for watching. This is my first like chatty sort of tip video, and if you like it, give it a big thumbs up so I know that you want more videos like this. If you have any questions about the MAC 187, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything, and I will see you next time. Bye! A morning after detoxing, maybe you're a little hungover routine.